Hey, Jody.
Hello.
Hi, sweetness. Hey. I know. Hi. What's up? We're going to give it a few minutes to let people have time to get on.
Okay.
There's Tracy. Hey, Tracy. I'm just going to give it a few minutes, give people time to get on. Uh-oh, did I post that invite in the wrong group? I bet I did. Or did I post it anywhere? Didn't I post it? Yeah, because you guys have the link. Where did I post it?
I didn't hear what you said.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. I couldn't find the post there for a minute.
Oh.
I don't know.
What do you want to watch, baby?
I don't know how much time I should give it to see who gets on and who doesn't. But
You want to watch Trolls?
give it just a little bit of time. I was on a call with Lindsay. Tracy, were you on that whole call today?
No, I was just on the first, I'm going to say like 15 minutes before I lost it.
It was really good. But I want to talk a lot about, like, after she was done reading all the script. Were you still in there when she was reading the script?
Yeah, I got about halfway through reading the script and then my internet cut out.
Yeah, once she got through reading the script and like she just talked, it was really good. But I took notes from that to talk about tonight. But I really just wanted to like touch base with everybody because, you know, I see people post here and there, and I just don't really know where anybody like stands with their business, because I mean, I see people posting occasionally, but I don't see anybody bringing in any coaches. I don't see anybody hitting Success Club. I don't see anybody building volume, myself included. I'm still sitting at 2 right now. And I just kind of want to kind of see where everyone is, because I know that I have not been consistent with being a leader or doing team calls or any of that stuff. And I, you know, I guess I can say I had a really bad year, like whatever. I don't know what it was. A lot of the negativity that was happening with Beachbody, I let it get to me. A lot of the inaction on our team, I let that get to me. A lot of my missed goals, I let that get to me. And I never stopped like believing in the business, or I never stopped like wanting to do it, but I just felt very angry towards a lot of it. So I figured that it was best for me to just kind of back up a little bit rather than show up angry and frustrated at everyone. But now that I've worked through some of that, and you know, our whole team is like falling apart and no one's really doing anything, I'm ready to put massive action back into my business, and I'm going to do that. But I didn't want to leave anyone behind that wanted to do that. So of course, you know, I wanted to reach out to, you know, all of you guys first. You know, my personally sponsored coaches, which Jody, you're my personally sponsored coach now. Yay. You know, I wanted to reach out to you guys and just see where everybody stands and, let you guys know that this business is not dead. We are. Like, our action is dead. Our belief is dead. Our, motivation or whatever is just dead. But this business is not dead. I mean, we just expanded into the UK. Like, there's tons of people still here in the US and in Canada that have no idea what Beachbody is. They have no idea what we offer. They have no idea, that you guys offer it. Like, there's just so many people left out there that, we still need to be present for them. And that's what I plan to do. But I want to do things a little bit differently. And it's what Lindsay's been talking about in her pages and stuff, is to kind of get not away from social media, like continue to do what you do on social media, but to branch out and like actually start talking to real people in real life. For so long, we were teaching people how to be a social media network marketer. And so many people were getting defeated and frustrated with that, because it's like they see all these people who are posting and they're all super successful, and then they're over here making the same kinds of posts and they're getting nothing from it. And it's like, I've done everything you've told me to do. I made the post that you told me to make, I did the invites, and I'm still getting nothing. And so they would feel like they just can't do this business. And that's not true. Just because, social media is different and ever changing doesn't mean that network marketing is, because it's not. I know that I am going to focus less on social media. I mean, I'll still make my post. I will still invite on social media. I will still do all the things that I do, but I'm going to start spending more time out in my community, talking to real people in real life. Instead of being on my cell phone in the line at the grocery store, I'm going to talk to the lady behind me. Those kinds of things, which is super scary and uncomfortable because people are so mean and hateful now. How do you just like strike up the conversation with the lady in the thing? But she could be your next rock star coach. But if we're all here, then you'll never know. I spend so much time on my cell phone trying to think of the next good post, trying to check messages, trying to scroll to see if anybody's saying anything that I could talk to about, that I am always on my phone, and I don't want to be there anymore. I don't want to be on my phone anymore, or constantly wondering what's happening on social media. Did anybody respond to that post? I still need to hit Success Club. I want to be out in real life, talking to real people, and having, these social interactions out from behind the computer. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hosting things at my house. I am, like, we have our first one Monday. I don't know if anyone's going to show up or not, but if I keep doing them, people will eventually show up. And I'll move around different places. It won't always be at my house. I'll go, another town over to where it's more convenient for people to show up, like whatever. Start like interacting in groups. Somebody was talking today about, there's a thing called meetup.com, and you can find people who have the same interest as you and then go meet up with them and actually hang out with real people who enjoy things that you like. And that's like a whole avenue of people that are not on your social media. Another thing about social media is everybody feels like it's so saturated, or everybody already knows about Beachbody, or everybody already, has a coach or whatever. And that's not really true. Not everybody on social media does, just the people who are in your newsfeed. So expanding, out of your warm market and into your cold market on social media, doing a lot more things on Instagram and, with my like page and stuff like that. I'm going to have to start branching out into newer people and bringing more people into my market. And if I can meet people in real life and then bring them to my social media, that's even better. So what do you guys think about that? Like, are you terrified to take it off of social media and be face to face with people?
I am.
Which blows my mind. Go ahead.
It's just, I live in this, right now, I live in this big city, and there's such a cultural difference and diversity where I live. It's just like, everybody, I don't know, it's just the way people are here in the city. They're not warm, they're not inviting, they're not, they're not open to having conversations with you. They're very standoffish.
Well,
Like,
good thing you're
everybody's
moving
just
to the
busy, busy, busy,
country.
and go, 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 and just, yes, I am. So I think once I move home, I have some plans for myself, with marketing and like with some other things where I want to lead some groups and like rent a room and do like a Beachbody, like a Saturday, just like a
Club.
shake and share or whatever. I don't even know what they're called. But I want to do that. So, and I have the means to do that once I'm back home. So we'll see. It's just the next couple months because I'm still here in the city. Like, it's just, there's not any time to do it because I'm not available on weekends to do it right now.
Well, I want you, for the next couple of months,
it's going
though.
To come.
Yes, for the next couple of months, though, continue being super present on your social media so that when you do start inviting people to come to these things, it's not like, what is she talking about? They see, what you're doing. Or when the people come and you become friends with them, your social media backs it up. So don't disappear off of social media. I don't want anyone to think that I'm telling anybody to disappear off of social media. But we've got to find different avenues to connect with people. People are tired of being sold to. I get irritated. Even when I get messages, I immediately go to their Facebook to see what they're selling. And it's like, are people doing that to me? If I feel that way, then other people feel that way. And a lot of marketers feel that way. But there's been so many people who have done it so wrong for so long that everybody's tired of it, So, and it's not that these businesses don't work. They do. Some of the newer ones are more front end, that, may not be around for very long because they are so front end monetary that there's nothing to like back them up. So, after a couple of years, they're going to start falling apart because of nothing on the back end. But that's a different call for a different time. But there's so many people out there just doing it so wrong and trying to make a quick buck that they're rubbing other people wrong. And so now everyone's just kind of fed up with it. And that's why, everybody's pushing this curiosity marketing so much, but it's like, let's stop trying to figure out the new best way on social media and let's actually get out there face to face and start meeting and talking to people. When you send that, hey girl message, they immediately roll their eyes. I do. So, but if you meet a girl at the park and you're just like, hey girl, and have a conversation like that, she's not going to immediately roll her eyes or think that you're trying to sell her something if you're just having a genuine conversation. Most people will tell you in the first 5 minutes what they're passionate about and, what they're struggling with. If you allow them to talk and you just listen, they'll tell you what their need is, and then you can fill their need. Most everybody in their life, it will come back to their health at some point. Either they're too tired, they don't have energy, they feel bad about themselves, like whatever. That all goes back to their health and their fitness. And that's what we offer. And then this business, either they don't like their job, they don't make enough money, whatever, that brings it all back to here too. So just having these conversations with people and learning, about them will open up, some new avenues. So that's what I'm going to start trying. But I took a few notes from today and I wanted to read them. And it's actually from 2 different calls that I took these notes, but it was really cool the way they ran together, because even though it was 2 different calls months apart, it was all the same stuff. The first part was from a call with Craig Collier, which is one of the regional marketing people. But he said, first and foremost, know that you're a business owner. And I don't think a lot of us actually take that into like full consideration, that we all own a business. Like, it's not brick and mortar and you don't have a building to show up to every day and a time clock to punch, but you own a business. And if your performance in that business was the same performance that you're giving this business now, would it still be up and functioning? Would you be fired from that business? And I know that I have to ask myself that several times a day. If this were a real, people had to come, customers had to come, would your business still be functioning this month? And a lot of the times the answer is no, because it's my lack of inaction and the fact that I'm not taking my business seriously. And then another one was true opportunity to make money lies in the value it has to offer. What we have to offer has incredible value, and it's never going away. Health and fitness is never, ever going to go away. People need to be healthy. People need to be fit. People want to live a long life. And the more sick everybody gets and the more obese everybody gets, the more the need is going to be there. So we are not in a business that's going to go out the door like some of the other things, lipstick and whatnot. We offer something that is always going to be wanted. So the value that we offer, the money is there. We just have to put in the action and the time to make it happen. And then the last point that Craig said was talk to people in real life. And I don't talk to people in real life ever. Like, it's terrible. I'm always preoccupied on my phone or with my kids. And I find a way to not talk to people in real life because I'm just not ever very good at it. I don't feel like I am. But then people tell me all the time, Courtney, you could talk to a brick wall. And it's like, I don't feel like I'm a good conversationalist. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Talk to people in real life, whether you're good at talking to people in real life or not. So that was the last thing that he said on that call. And then today's call was all about talking to people in real life. And Lindsay talked a lot about Eric Worre, which is the guy who wrote GoPro. I read that book, gosh, in the very first beginning of my business, and it was all about getting people on the phone, which terrifies me. And so it's like, I read that book and I was like, I'm not doing that, because I can be behind a computer and make this business work, which I have for 5 years. And the last 2 years, 1.5 years has been really hard. And now here we are rounding up my 5th year, and everyone is saying, talk to people in real life. So I kind of wish that I would have started doing this 5 years ago when I first read the book. But Eric Worre, GoPro, I'm going to start sharing some of his stuff. He is a phenomenal network marketing professional. He has so much material, so much free material on YouTube and online and everywhere else, that we're dumb not to educate ourselves with it. What we're doing is not working. We've got to find a new way, and this way is not new, but it has been working for network marketers forever. I mean, he's been around since the beginning of network marketing. So he says, don't regret what you've done, just learn from it and move forward. There were times when I first started out that I would send these massive messages, like paragraphs, and I would send them to multiple people all at one time. And so it wasn't like, hey, Tracy, I'm thinking about you. It was like, hey, Rebecca, Sally, Jesse, Michelle, like everybody, this is my message I have to say. And it was awful and it was terrible. But, I was trying, and that's one thing. And people did eventually respond, not right off, but people did eventually respond, because it was that seed that was planted in them that kept them watching me to see if I was going to give up on this, to see if I meant what I said in that post. So I don't really regret it, but I did have to learn from it and move forward. So, if you feel like you've messed up with people, or you feel like you didn't do things the right way, or you wish you would have done them this way, forget it. It doesn't matter. just learn from it and move forward and spend the next couple of months, trying this new way or trying something different in order to get better results. And like I said, people need what we're offering. They've just been trained to turn down the opportunity. How true is that? Like anytime people offer you something, anything, your first reaction is not only that, right? Like walking through the mall when they're all trying to like hand you that amazing hand soap. What's your first thing? No, okay, I'm good. Or, a salesperson walks up to you um in the department store. First reaction, oh, I'm just looking, thanks. It's just our natural reaction to turn down an opportunity, whatever the opportunity is. I mean, that woman could have not even been offering you, sales thing. Maybe she just wanted to give you $100 bill, but you're like, oh no, I'm just looking, thanks. We don't take the time to see what people have to offer before we immediately turn it down. And so like that's one of the natural things that works against us. And we know it because we do it, but then we're immediately butthurt when someone doesn't buy a challenge pack from us and we want to quit our business because we're not any good at it. Well, it's not that. It's just people are trained to be against any kind of opportunity that's offered to them. And that's why we need to talk to people in real life. Let them see the real you. Let them see what you have to offer and then move forward. If they say no thanks, then that's on them. But they're going to keep watching you. So you need to be that constant that's still showing up. People are more attracted to people who are busy and have a lot going on. And I believe that. I know I am more attracted to people who are always on the go, always doing things. That was one of the main reasons I got into this business, is because Lindsay was always traveling somewhere cool, doing something awesome. And I felt like I was missing out on that. So that was like one of the selling points for me to get into this business. I was never a challenger first. I was drinking Shakeology, kind of. I thought it was the stupidest thing ever. But I decided to finally get into this business because I had no other choice and because I was secretly jealous of all of the traveling that she was doing. I was attracted to her busy, fulfilling lifestyle. So if you are someone who doesn't have a lot going on, or you don't go or do things, this is the perfect opportunity for you to start getting out and going and doing things you enjoy, things that will get you meeting new people that enjoy the same things as you. And then you can post that on social media and people are like, dang, Jody's all over the place. She's like at that cake decorating class or whatever, and they think that you have this life that they would like to have. And then that opens up more doors for more conversation. And like I said before, our business isn't dead. Our action, our belief, and our fire is. I've seen so many people joining up with this keto, with the plexus, with all of these other options that are out there. And it's not that they're any better. They're not. They're just newer, and they're doing a hell of a lot better job talking about it than we are. What we have to offer is superior, bar none, to anybody. We are fitness, we are nutrition, and we are support. And that's everything that you need. And we know that, but we've just said it so much that we don't feel it's important anymore, or we're not educated enough to talk about it in a way that is factual or interesting or something different than what we've been saying. We know that what we have is far superior. We just don't know how to tell people that, or we're not confident enough in ourselves to tell people that. And that's where we got to move past it. And I know that when I talk to someone face to face about Beachbody, they can see and feel and hear my passion. And I can see and feel and hear my passion. But typing that out in this long message on Messenger that I've just been copy and pasting for so long is just not getting it anymore, and it's killing my passion. So I know that you guys are feeling that too. All right, I just talked like a whole lot. So the reason that I wanted to have this call was just to kind of see where everyone stood and to let you guys know that I guess I'm sorry for disappearing for so long and maybe not being, a leader like I should have been, but also just to kind of see where everybody still stands. Um, but I want to add this in because I've typed this out so many times. I've wanted to post it so many times, but I don't. Um, I've apologized a lot for not being a good leader and not being present. But then I also can't take responsibility for everyone's inactions. Like the resources are there. They're in the back office. They're in the files. They're on YouTube. They're everywhere. So I kind of feel like if people really wanted this, then you would have done it and kept working towards it. And I'm not talking directly to the two people that are on this call with me, because I'm going to post this call in the group to be recorded, or it's being recorded to be posted in the group. So I don't want you, Tracy and Jody, to feel like I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to every coach that potentially will watch this video. And that's one of the things that was said to me. I have to stop taking responsibility for everyone's inaction because I can't force anybody to work. I can give you all the materials and the resources and I can be an example, but at the end of the day, you're a business owner and you're the only one that can build this business. So whether I was here or not, if you wanted it, you would have done it. Does that make sense? When I first signed up with Lindsay, of course, same thing. I got put into her group and all the resources were there, but I just did the work. I did what she told me to do, and that's how I built the business. And I got on the National Wake Up calls, and I got on the Bombshell Dynasty calls, and yes, she did run DFG calls, and I was on those too, but she wasn't calling me every day to say, hey, are you getting on this call? Or, hey, are you making posts? Or, hey, are you eating right? I was never even in one of Lindsay's challenge groups. In the 5 years that I have been a coach, I have never one time been in my coach's challenge group, ever. And I've run at least 1 to 2 challenge groups every month for the last 5 years. And I have never participated in one of my coaches' challenge groups. So I do have to stop taking responsibility, but I also want to apologize if you felt abandoned or anything. But also on the same token, reach out to me and say, hey, I need help. I want to do this. Where are you at? Or help me, or tell me what to do, those kinds of things. So that's what I'm doing now. I am letting you know that I am here to help anyone who wants to refocus their business and rebuild. I'm going to try my absolute best to be, as present as possible, but I can't do this for you. You have to want it for yourself, and you have to be willing to put in the action for yourself. Okay. I think that's all I really had to say. I've been like nonstop talking for 28 minutes. You guys that are on the call, do you have questions or comments or anything, or just like, yes, I'm ready, I'm fired up, I want to do this, or like, not so much anymore, kind of want to be out?
I will speak. I have a different perspective, only because there's a price difference when it comes to how much it costs in Canadian dollars as opposed to American dollars. So I am finding, like, I can talk about Beachbody psychology and everything like that till I'm blue in the face. And people who I talk to about it in person, they get it. They can feel my passion. They compliment me on my change, my progress, and that kind of fuels that conversations. But the reluctancy is around the price. And I mean, it was the price for me for so long. That's why I chose not to sign up. And that's after I signed up, that's why I chose not to continue with it, was price. Now I see the value in it, but it's hard to relay that value onto somebody else. And it's like all these people are interested, but when you talk price, I lose them. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but it's the price factor. That's when I lose people. Even if I'm talking to them face-to-face in real life, in person, it's the price, because it's for Beachbody On Demand, it's regularly $231 Canadian for the challenge pack. And then I think it's on sale right now still for $186 or something like that. But still, with shipping and everything like that, it still costs about $240 to sign up. So that, for me, that's what I'm finding is deferring people right now. Just the cost.
Yeah. And I mean,
So
and it was. It didn't matter. I mean, cost is always going to be an obstacle or an excuse. Exactly. It doesn't matter how much we offer challenge packs for. Like, we used to offer challenge packs for $140, like when they would go on sale and stuff. Same thing. I can't afford it. You know, back before there were challenge packs, I mean, people used to pay like $200 every time to sign up with stuff back before challenge packs existed. And it's the same thing. You're going to have those people who are going to use the price objection no matter what. And it's not that they can't afford it. It's like you said, they don't see the value in it. And a lot of it just comes with saying that over and over. I can't tell you how many times I said it in my posts and stuff over and over and over about how I paid for it, you know, how I wasn't going to use that price as an objection anymore. Because I mean, the price is what it is, and it's not, you know, it's not going to change. It's only going to go up. But what you have to convey is the actual value, and you have to tell people that for a long time you didn't sign up because of the cost, and you need to say that at least once a week, every week, in a different way, whatever. You know, I did not sign up because of the cost. I wouldn't do this because of the cost, but I got to a place that the cost, you know, I saw the value in it because of what I was seeing, and the cost, I just had to make it happen, you know. And people will, because I guarantee you that if they found a whatever that cost $231 and they wanted it bad enough, boots, purse, snowmobile, whatever, they'd go out and buy it. Right?
It's true. I called my friend out on that because she wanted to spend $200 on a purse, but she hemmed and hawed about whether or not she wanted to sign up for Beachbody. I was like, what's the hesitation?
Right. But here's another piece. The more you tell yourself that price is an objection, the more price objections you're going to get. Let's start some affirmations here. You know, what I offer has value. I know that. People know that. I attract people who, you know, need what I want, who see the value in what I want. And when you believe that, when you believe that you're going to attract these people who need and see, you know, what you are offering, they will come. I promise. It does. Like, I know it sounds like voodoo, but it's true. Because there for a long time, I could not sell a challenge pack to save my life because I thought it was expensive. I was even breaking it down and helping people pay. Like, I was like, okay, you know, don't buy a challenge pack, just buy the Shakeology, and then I'll send you a $20 gift card so that you can put that towards your fitness program, because I thought challenge packs were expensive and I didn't want people to have to pay that much. But that's insane. Like, that was crazy, like, my mind. So once I started seeing the value in what I had to offer, no more. And I stopped letting people into my groups without a challenge pack. I changed everything that went along with it. And I was like, you know, this is what I had to offer. This is a great price. Everything that I'm offering you, you can't get at a gym for this amount of money. You know, this is it. And the more I said that, the more people are buying challenge packs. I have been a Success Club, like consecutive Success Clubs, like 37 months or something. So it can be done. It can be done. You just have to believe it yourself. Stop telling yourself that people object challenge packs and start talking about the money aspect. Say, you know, people tell me all the time that they can't afford it. You know, I felt the same way for a long time. Share your story. It's feel, felt, found. I feel you. You know, I felt the same way. What I found was, and I mean, I'm telling you, it seems too simple to work and whatever, but it does. And I mean, it takes time. It takes time. I'm not going to say that, you'll run out and start selling 1,000,000 challenge packs, but it's there. If you believe it's there, it's there. You are a part of that price too. That was something else that I neglected to like add in when I would talk to people about it. It was like, not only do you get 30 meals that you don't have to worry about, a year subscription to 6,000 workouts or something, how many ever it is, this meal plan that you can follow for the rest of your life, a shaker cup just for fun. You also get me as your coach. I never used to say that. You get me as your coach. You get access to my group for life. That is an incredible value for $231. It's $30 a month to go to a gym, right?
Up here, it's more like 60.
All right, then. $60 a month, and all they get is access to equipment. No one to tell them how to use it. No one to tell them how to eat. No 30 meals. What you have to offer far surpasses anything else that's available. And if people can buy Isogenics, they can buy a $231.
That crap is so expensive, and that is like the big thing right now, like Isogenics and this keto diet. And I've looked into this keto thing, and I don't understand it, because it's a quick fix, but you have to stay on that for the rest of your life. There's no cake, or there's no pizza, or there's no enjoying life. That's what I consider it.
And those are the things.
But it's fast and it's quick and it's easy, and that's why people like it.
Yes. And so when you're talking to people, say that stuff. This is what has worked for me. You guys have seen me transforming, and I'm not depriving myself of all carbs, and I'm not over here at the gym using machines I don't know how to use. I am in my house dancing. I'm following a meal plan that is so simple and straightforward, and I get 30 meals that I don't have to worry about a day. $231 is nothing. You gotta tell them that they need it. I mean, I'm serious. But you gotta believe it yourself.
I believe it. Like I tell people all the time, I was like, there's no way that I'm not going to drink Shakeology anymore. Like, I no longer have to take my medication for my gastro issues. I no longer have to take my medication for my anxiety and depression. Like, there's so many benefits. It's just like, when I went through everything with my finances and all that kind of stuff, like, that's a must-have. Like, my Shakeology is a priority. That is a must-have. It's something that I will continue to have every month. My coach's fee goes into my statement that I calculate for and I account for every month, because that's a priority to me. It never used to be, but it is now, because I see the benefit in it and I see the value.
Yep.
But
you can do it. Start making those posts and, say it often. All the objections that you get, those are your new posts. And just use your story to convey them. I mean, that's, Lindsay said something earlier too. She was like, we taught people how to be product peddlers, and that's not what we are. Like, I never wanted to be a product peddler, and I never tell people that I sell Shakeology, because I don't. Beachbody does. Anytime I'm talking to a customer, I say they are offering a great deal. They blah, 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 because Beachbody is who they buy it from. I am just someone who believes in it and supports it. Does that make sense? And that kind of takes away a lot of the attachment that people struggle with. Like, I am not out here trying to sell a product. I'm not. I am selling my story. And if you want the products that I used in my story, fantastic. They are offering a wonderful deal. It's a year subscription to all the fitness programs. Like, that's, everybody's messaging, oh, is it too late for the call? Yeah, it is. So taking on that mentality also helped me a lot, because I never wanted to be a product pusher. Thank God the company that I signed up with had reputable products that I do believe in and support. But I never wanted to just sell people products. I always want them to get the results. So that was a huge mindset thing for me. And then, as far as Success Club, like, I didn't just sell 3 challenge packs. I helped 3 people make a huge change. Or, take the steps to making a huge change. There again, I can't make them use them, but, they now have the tools. I offer a place. It's up to them to do the work. Same as this business opportunity. It's a great business opportunity if you're willing to do the work, and it's not easy work. Both of you that are on here, you have the opportunity to make some huge changes in your lives and to alleviate a lot of financial stress, and to, reach your fitness goals and help people do the same thing, and, be more present for your children, or whatever, it is that you want. But you've got to be able to do the work consistently. Because if you come in and you go away, and you come in and you go away, people got to build that trust. Think about, if someone was trying to offer you something and they were only half doing it, or sometimes doing it, that's, it's not credible. Or like your favorite restaurant. You show up to your favorite restaurant, the doors are closed. What? Like, you'll forgive them that one time, but then you go back and they're open and you're like, yeah, I love this place. And then you go back and for 2 weeks straight, they're closed. Hello. And you're just like, oh man, I really liked that place. That was cool. But the longer they stay gone, the less you're going to think about them. And then they pop back open and you're like, what is happening? I don't think I want to go back there anymore, because I don't want to, get invested in something or be back into something that I liked if they're just going to disappear on me again. Like, changing that perspective into, like, real life situations I don't know, it changes things. And that's why, like, I know that I do disappear in groups and stuff, but I stay present on my social media, because I cannot afford to lose my following. I can't. And I am kicking myself for, losing my team like I have, because I didn't stay credible. I didn't stay a credible leader. And now here I am trying to have to rebuild, because I've lost my credibility there. Thank God I've kept my credibility with my customers. But it's the first time I've ever done it, so hopefully people will come back. All right. Well, I hear Augie out there, like, having a hard time with the children. So, Jody, anything you want to say before I hop off? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much for showing up. I'm going to post this video in the group, and hopefully others will watch it, and hopefully we can get some momentum back in our team and back in our page. And, now that football's over, I am going to be more consistent with team calls, I promise. And we've got 2 months before a brand new year, and we all know what happens in January. So we got to brand ourselves over the next 2 months that we are the people who offer what they need, and for a cheaper price than anywhere else that they can get it. And if they get it right now, because at the end of the year, it's going back up to $199 or $246 or whatever it is, $231. So, over the next 2 months is going to be huge for what they call the resolution effect. When everybody's ready to make their New Year's resolutions, who are they going to? And it's going to be us. And we're going to build incredible teams, and we're going to change so many lives. And we're going to do it face to face and through social media. Okay. All right. Well, good night, ladies. Thank you so much for coming. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.